Fish long enough and you will eventually get asked the question, why? We're asked if it's a call from streams and rivers that puts us into places of remoteness, of risk, of extremes. But this pull to us is so undeniable that maybe the question isn't whether or not the water calls, but rather, why do we choose to answer? Anchorage, the largest and most populated city in Alaska. It's home to commerce, the arts, and a bustling downtown. Unique to a city, it is also surrounded by wilderness and wildlife, and is the epicenter to some of the finest fishing in the world. Dave and Bobby Holzman are preparing to take a trip to the streams of the Matanuska-Susitna Valley, about 2 hours north of Anchorage.
I've been up here since I was about 2 or 3 years old, and been fishing since I can think as far back. My dad got me into it, and I started because we were living in Alaska. If you're not going to fish or hunt, and why are you in this state?
I've been fishing about 10 years now. And Dave's the one who got me started when we first began dating. Being outdoors for me is where I want to be, but I didn't realize how much I would love fishing. I
think fishing's changed my life in the fact that it keeps me grounded. You know, you just get away from all the other stuff. Even as a kid, something about going out and camping and just everything all involved in it.
Fishing gets me out, it gets me outside, it gets me where I want to be, out of the city. You see what we call God's country. You see things that you normally wouldn't see. The fishing, the environment, everything. It connects you with Alaska.
Fishing's just my thing. That's just, I don't know what it is, but it just seems like you just can't get enough of it.
It's a lot better than shopping.
Come on, let's go rolling down the highway.
Bobby and I have been looking for several years for, you know, a piece of land and a cabin, or just a piece of land and to build our own cabin.
We finally found what we were looking for, an authentic log cabin on a river.
It was a great opportunity for us. It's kind of like our base camp.
We can go up there for several days and fish and have a place to go. And it's cozy and warm, and in the wintertime, you know, we have a getaway. This over here is our cabin coffee maker. It's like a normal coffee maker, but with a flame from a gas stove. Coffee maker, Alaska style. Oh, this is my first fly rod ever. Dave brought it to my work. Instead of flowers, I get fly rods.
There's a bunch of silvers in here, so I'm hoping there's going to be a couple trout in here. It's kind of what we're looking for. It's a totally different type of fishing. Basically, the fishing revolves around the insect hatch in the lower 48. Fishing up here revolves around the salmon. The trout are based on the salmon runs, and that's what they eat, and that's what you got to modify your fishing for if you're going to catch a lot of them. There's a fish. Nice sized fish. Good 20 inches probably. The water here.
My dentist asked me once if I bit a lot of fishing line with my teeth. Now you know. I don't think it's a man's sport. I think that a lot of women just haven't given it a chance yet. I know that most women don't enjoy the elements because it can be cold sometimes or wet. That can be remedied with proper attire. I can go several days without a shower sometimes, and most women don't like that either. You'll see where the rapids there meet the seam, where the slow water, that's where they'll be sitting usually. If more women would actually give it a shot and spend some time doing it, and you know, maybe they'd get into it too.
Go fish. Good. Good fish.
Oh, he's got a beautiful stripe on him. He's not done. It's a nice fish. That's a leopard rainbow right there. Isn't it beautiful? There's nothing like getting a fish on your line. It's really exciting. You get to the point where you may be getting a little bored and then you get a fish on and it carries you for 2 more hours. All right, I'm gonna throw it back in there, see if I can catch another one out of that hole.
There's a fish. Another little rainbow, but they're pretty healthy. They're thick. See the belly on them? That the belly is. Means he's been eating a lot of eggs. There he goes. Only 2 fish so far. Gonna start picking up the pace here.
How do you do when you toss at the lands with all of their eyes on you? When you shake that ass, it's 7 o'clock too soon to pick you up. We're going downtown maybe tonight, and with a little luck, we're gonna shake it up. What can I say? I'm into you. Every single thing you do.
Slipped off a rock. That would have been devastating.
A summer that'll never take back. So shut your
Got snagged up.
and let it all come spilling out. I can read
There's a fish. He feels kind of light though. Yeah, he's about the same size as the last few of them. Let's go find his big brother.
you mine. Are you downtown, baby, tonight? Gonna make you feel like you're shaking up.
You don't think about anything else. You just kind of go out there, and that's kind of where you, you know, unwind.
You look at things from a different perspective after you've been outside. Anybody who's spent time in the outdoors tends to appreciate the outdoors more than maybe the hustle and bustle of life. This is our Alaskan outhouse. I kind of have a thing for outhouses. I think they have the potential to be really cool if you put a little effort into it. This right here, you sit on that in the wintertime, takes the cold off. For an outhouse, it's all right, huh? Dave just gave me a heart rock. We collect them from all over Alaska. You gotta check out the heart rocks over there. There's tons of them in here, but they're just covered up with leaves. A whole bunch of them. They like to pretend that I'm silly for collecting them, but they collect them for me too, so I'm obviously not that silly. Here's a big one. It's kind of cool.
Lots of cool and everything, but come do some bad We're about ready to go on a jet boat ride and hopefully get us into some good fishing.
Called the extreme shallows when the water gets real skinny, super fast. You know, it'll go in 2-3 inches of water and sometimes less. It's got that plastic UHMW on the bottom, so you can skid across just pretty much wet rock for a little bit until you can find a channel.
Basically a boat that's ideal for running these real shallow water rivers.
If you got a good fishing hole and it's early in the spring or late in the fall, this boat will take you to places where most boats can't get to. Yeah, I've scared a few people in it, including myself at times, between, you know, Volvo-sized rocks and big cutbacks and switchback-esque type of river and things like that. It can get pretty scary pretty quickly. So yeah, we had my mother-in-law way up 20 Mile last spring. So we were doing some log jumping. You just kind of cruising down the river about 45 miles per hour and you just kind of cut back and jump a log that's sticking out in the middle of the river. So we got a few squeals out of the crew on that mission.
The reason why we use a jet boat, it just beats walking. I mean, you can cover a ton of ground with a boat. Sometimes we'll go miles on that thing, which will take you all day long if you wanted to kind of bushwhack it. All right, there's some silvers right here. Where's the trout at? There he is. Yeah, you got to kind of pull him up on him so they doesn't get under that tree. He's probably a good 21 inches. Good. His first couple gas are this morning.
I see a couple of them banking up over there. Guys are always talking about the biggest fish, but I might catch a 20-inch rainbow that is the better fish to me just because of the colors in it. The leopard rainbows, the ones that are spotted with the green and the prominent red stripes and the black spots, they're prettier, a lot prettier. Size doesn't always matter. Hey, wait, did I say that on camera? There's a fish.
Rainbow.
And a nice red stripe on him. Woohoo!
Yeah, it's a fat one.
Yeah. I might be able to get him in right here. You know, you catching that beautiful fish, it's a gift. You know, and then we let it go.
He looks like he's about 21, 22 inches maybe. He just got a lot of weight to him. He's just a beautiful fish. Leopard spots on him, real big belly. See his jaw. Either people use too big of hooks, sometimes they use bait, sometimes they just don't crimp their barbs on them, and all that stuff does a lot of damage to their jaw. What you see a lot of people is they'll grab a hold of that hook and just start yanking on it and almost even picking up the fish trying to get the hook out. Yeah, I think it's more than just catching fish. Got to make sure that they're released and there for the next day you come out. There's a fish. Oh, it's a grayling too. Grayling sometimes can make a bad day of fishing pretty good, because sometimes when the trout fishing is kind of slow, grayling aren't too particular of what they eat, so they're a pretty aggressive feeder. They're usually pretty small fish, but this is a pretty nice one. And the males usually have a bigger fin. The fin's pretty big, but it's probably a female just because if it was a male this size, he'd have a really big fin. So here's the fin on him. Come on down here, Bobby. When we go through deeper spots, we just kind of, or faster spots, you just lock arms so you don't, you break the water tension between the both of you so my wife doesn't float away. I get a big shocking expression when I tell them that pretty much wherever I go, I take my wife out fishing.
I think that we're a close couple because of it. Something that I love to do with somebody that I love to be with.
It's definitely not babysitting. She loves doing this stuff. She loves being outside as much as possible. And she's a great fisherman.
It's important to have something in common. He sees what I see. I see what he sees. We share the same stories.
She goes out there and she'll spend days and nights out in the rain, sleet, snow, whatever it is, you know, and she's a trooper.
It brings us closer. Absolutely brings us closer.
Down here is Bobby's little log jam.
I may not be able to access an area just because, you know, he's bigger than stronger, and he'll kind of hold me over this log jam.
I'm gonna hold Bobby up and we're gonna fish right here and fish this hole right through here.
And I'm balancing, you know, on a tree.
Let it drift, let it drift, let it drift. There he goes. There he goes. Fish on, fish on. That's a monster fish. Get it on your reel, get it on your reel. Don't hold on to it.
Oh, he's off, he's off.
That was a monster. You see that fish jump?
Bobby decides to cast again, even though Dave tells her the hole has been fished out and she has no chance of hooking another one.
Or maybe not. I'm glad I like it when I eat my words. There you go. He's probably not going to leave that pool. Okay, hold on.
He's a good sized fish.
Okay, let's start walking down a little bit.
I don't know that I can even see where I'm walking here.
Just stay there for a second.
All right.
Hold on, stay there.
You got the current working against me here. Careful. Go for it. Whoa.
Now come on down.
There we go. Fatty. That's what we're looking for there, gents. Wow. That's a beautiful fish. Really fat though. He's been eating. I'm gonna let him go now. We'll land a big fish in that hole, you know, because he held on to me. And then we laugh about it later. He told me there wasn't gonna be a second one.
That first one was probably 2 or 3 inches bigger than that though.
Yeah.
I saw him come right out of the water.
I'll take it.
As the day winds to a close, Dave and Bobby return to the main channel to meet Poke as he arrives to pick them up after a successful day of fishing.
Owning a boat like this allows you to go away from a lot of the other boats and a lot of the other people. And that's kind of the thing, that you can get way out in the middle of nowhere and kind of be alone and just fish in peace and quiet and just be with nature.
Fall. It is the season of change, of transition. And across Alaska's vast, beautiful countryside, it is the time when nature prepares itself for a state of hibernation and rest. It is also a time of great significance to its fish and fishermen. Girdwood, Alaska resident Chris Cravens has been fishing these rivers for years.
I've been fishing, I think, since we moved up here. I can remember my dad piling us into a truck, and he just bought me a fly rod for my 6th birthday, and I remember fishing our way up the Alcan, and yeah, that kind of started it all. I mean, it was always probably our #1 thing we did as a family. It's like I can remember this real pivotal moment when I was, 12 or 13, and up until that point, I'd pretty much focused on salmon, and that's, again, what we all kind of grow up doing up here in Alaska. I think I had caught my limit of silvers or something like that, and I remember that I tied that glow bug on, and the first cast, I remember hooking like a 15 or 16-inch beautiful rainbow, and I can remember that distinctly, kind of being that pivotal point where I realized there's a lot more to life than what I'd been doing previously. After college, my main motivation coming back here was to guide, so I had no interest in doing any kind of career or work that entailed anything but fishing, so started running a boat. Did that straight for 5 years. It was the best job I ever had, and I was good at it. It was the only job that I was ever probably good at too, so. We're gonna go ahead and be excited about these shorter days and the cold mornings, and the termination dust on the mountains, because the fall fishing here is your best chance for a big rainbow. I think the fish kind of sense that the summer's wrapping up, that they're gonna be without a food source. The trout are there because the salmon are there, and the salmon are there to spawn. It's a smorgasbord of high protein eggs, and it's a buffet line for these fish. And they'll do their last ditch effort of hog feeding, and it would literally be like us eating 1,500 hard-boiled eggs in a day, and the chance for that big fish keeps most of us out here until our guides are freezing up too much.
Any fish you catch over 20 inches is a great fish.
18 or 20-inch fish is going to be a fish of a lifetime, really, in the lower 48.
The technical goal of a record fish or a trophy fish is 30 inches.
30 inches is, is a really good sized rainbow, and actually I haven't caught a 30-inch rainbow yet. 28, but not 30 yet. I've been fishing for 10 years and haven't caught a 30-inch rainbow, and I'm not talking about 10 years once a summer. It's pretty much every weekend, if not more.
Setting his sights on a monster trout almost exclusive to the streams of Alaska, Dave heads about 2 hours south to the Kenai Peninsula in pursuit of a 30-inch rainbow.
Depending who you talk to, people have all kinds of nicknames for the big trout.
What I call the Grand Poobah. Which is kind of silly, but...
Magnum trout.
Wild, fat, magnum.
I'm just happy just trying to get them in. If I land them, they're my trout.
That's a fish of a lifetime. I'm very rare, but they're here. My favorite aspect of fishing the Kenai, and it's what kind of draws me there year after year and day after day, is the fact that it's so dynamic. I really can't come up with another river that I know of that I fished or guided or spent time on that's more dynamic than the Kenai. It has two big massive lake systems to provide habitat for trout and salmon. The other unique thing is that it's partially glaciated, and the result is a nice clean river that does have a little masking in it. We can get right up under these fish or right alongside them, and that glacial tint of the river masks the boat, and a lot of times we're catching fish right alongside the boat. It has all 5 species of salmon and then wild trout and wild Dolly Varden as well. A lot of different things going on at different parts of the river all at once. You know, it always keeps you on your toes. You have to move. You can't just kind of get stuck in a rut, and you have to be really flexible. It never ceases to amaze me. It's very humbling. But it has huge rewards too.
We're crossing the Kenai River. Kenai River, that's Kenai Lake up there, and this is the headwaters of the Kenai River.
At the boat launch, Dave realizes that the waters are extremely high and thick with sediment, something uncommon for this time of year. Rumors are that an ice dam above Ski Lac Glacier may have broken and caused flooding. These unexpected circumstances create a number of obstacles for catching fish.
When the water's low, you can kind of see where the channels are at, where they may be channeling up, and you can kind of put that fly in the general area, and you'll have a whole lot better luck of them seeing it. With flies, it's strictly sight. When the water comes up, you can't really tell where the seams and all that other good stuff are at. They could be spread out so much, and then the visibility, I can maybe see 2 feet down. Basically, in this huge area of water, you had to put it within about 2 feet of a fish. They need to start catching some fish. We're gonna go back up for another drift.
Seems like hard times is all I get.
This is gonna be miserable. There's a fish though. You came off, you son. Tough. Makes you really appreciate the fish you do catch, though. I'll tell you that right now. Trying. Clarity is so off. There are a lot of fish in here, and there's a lot of big fish in here, but you just got to make pass after pass so you can get that fly in front of them.
Sweet, sweet smell outside. Any day breathing is a good day to be alive. Gotta get out of my own way.
Well, this late in the fall here has been a little tough fishing. Been pretty slow. So we're gonna try to come up with a game plan for tomorrow. Just to see if I can't get something to turn for us. What can you do? You gotta regroup, re-strategize, and hit it again tomorrow. So.
As a new day breaks, Dave has breakfast with his longtime friend Marv Nieper to catch up and talk tactics. Marv has a cabin on the Kenai and has seen the river and its changes over the years.
Awful cold today.
Marv also knows a thing or two about fishing.
Well, I've been fishing since I was like 10 years old. My dad got me started catching little rainbow trout. I started out as a bait fisherman, and there was a fly fishing club in Eureka, California, where I grew up. A friend of mine tied flies, so I started tying flies. I used to tie flies and sell them when I was in like the 6th grade. Really got into fly fishing. I've been fishing on the Kenai River since like 1975. As I was growing up, I enjoyed fishing, but I never really enjoyed fishing as much as I do now until I fished on the Kenai River, because there's so many more fish here, and the fish were bigger, and many more types of fish here. You catch dolly varden, you can catch rainbow trout, silver salmon, king salmon, red salmon. It's a reason to get out in the outdoors, and I love the outdoors, the fresh air. In 75, we just go across Keelak Lake, come down the Kenai River, and we drift fish. We just drift like beads behind the boat. Really didn't have any rhyme or reason to the way we did it, but we caught quite a few fish. You drift the river, you might see 4 boats all day long. You know, it's almost nobody on the river. And now, you know, unfortunately, there's lots of guides and, you know, lots of traffic. That's the biggest difference. Fishing seems to be just as good as it was back then, if not better, because there's actually bigger fish. Since they have catch and release, I think there's more fish in here now. In 75, you could keep, I think, 10 rainbows a day. With the amount of people that are on the river now, if you could keep that many a day, there wouldn't be any rainbows left. Hardest fish to catch is a big rainbow. Well, last year, October 30th, Dave Holzman caught a big rainbow, and that's really the first really big rainbow that I've ever caught.
Got a monster, huh? Look at the size of that bad boy. Big fish. Yeah, that's a beautiful fish.
It's 33.5 inch, weighed between 14 and 15 pounds. That's the most excitement I've ever had fishing. He hit like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
He jumped about 4 or 5 times.
What'd he hit on?
He hit on big flesh flies. Red colors.
That's a nice fish.
I've caught marlin before in Mexico, but you know, you're trolling and you know, there's not very much sport really to it. But catch a big rainbow, you know, have it on for 15 minutes and it could come off at any second. And you get to see it, and then you're worried about losing it. And when you do land it, it's really exciting.
I saw him out there. I think that was a good sized silver.
Oh, dude.
There you go.
Marv, you caught a fish of a lifetime.
People that don't fish really can't understand, you know, why people that fish love to. You know, I was 54 years old and I felt like a little kid when I caught that big rainbow.
Let's get it in the water, see what it looks like. This is what that big boy was seeing. Man, that's so exciting when they hit, and then he jumped immediately. And know where we were. We were right in the middle of the river right there.
Yeah, hey, you were in the right spot. This is where you were.
This is my favorite place to fish in the whole world, right here. Yeah, reading the river it's an art, I think. Normally in the fall, the rivers are lower, so the fish are more congregated into smaller areas, so they're easier to find and catch. This year, for some reason, the river's really high and the fishing's tough.
Strategy is going big flies. So I strung 2 big flies up together and see if we can't catch a big fish with it. We're at desperate times, call for desperate measures.
But today's a brand new day, oh, and the sun is shining.
Well, let's see what the water looks like today. Today's a new day. Hopefully we'll catch a few of them that, you know, show the potential what's in this river. Big dogs. There's a fish. It's a rainbow too. Wow, there are fish in this river. Little guy, man. Jesus. Little tiny rainbow. It's a fish! Woo! Dude, look at him. He's just going crazy. Look at him, dude. He's freaking 4 inches long, dude. He bit that monster flesh fly, too. Ugh. It's too small to be talking about that now. We gotta get another one.
With the fishing curse broken, well, sort of. Dave makes his way down the river to see if his luck has changed. And there are some signs that it has.
But today's a brand new day, oh, oh, and the sun is shining free. You never thought you could be, oh, oh, so happy without a dream. But today's a brand new day, oh, oh, and the sun is shining free. You never thought you could be, oh, oh, so happy without a dream.
There's a fish. That's a rainbow too, buddy. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a nice rainbow. I gotta pull us off or we're gonna hit the shore here. Got him. He's at least 26. It's a nice one. It's a good sized fish.
Plotting a different route, coming up with a new strategy, and of course having coffee with friends pays off. And the next few days on the river take a turn into the spectacular.
Don't play dumb, girl. I know you got what you wanted to. So low you stood where you thought would sink alone and drown. But I'm not going down.
Fly fishing is really different from other types of fishing. You have to get your drift just right. You have to be in the perfect area, get the fly right in front of the fish's nose to get him to take it. It's a lot harder and a lot more of a challenge. And since it is more of a challenge, when you catch a big fish, it means a lot more to you. You know, you can go out with dynamite and just blow a fish up, or you can go out and use bait and it's pretty easy, or you can fly fish and it's a lot more of a challenge and a lot more fun.
I'm waking up to a brand new day. I'm waking up to a brand new slap in the face. And all the things you said to me, now I know they mean nothing at all.
The most motivating thing about the Kenai is that every time I cast in that river, I'm fully confident that any of those casts could be, you know, the fish of a lifetime. That's going to be the cast that's going to end your fishing career. I just kind of wonder one day if there's that fish that's just going to make me move on to something else, on like golf or something. I mean, I doubt it, but
I want to be the one that doesn't offer.
Big old 28-inch rainbow.
It's the unknown every time you go out there. You know, you don't know what's in the water. If there's lots of fish, or what type of fish you're going to catch. It's just exciting. It's like a treat when you get to see what it is. The fishing is really unique. You see bears, you see eagles, loons, you know, swans. While you're fishing, it's not just the fishing, it's the whole experience.
Last hour or two of the day is the witching hour. You can get into some big fish this late at night, right before it gets dark. That's when the big boys come out. go. That's a good fish. It's 26 inches. 4 more inches and we got ourselves a monster trout.
The excursion winds down with Dave almost accomplishing his goal as he lands a beautiful rainbow just shy of his trophy.
Despite all the fishing and the good fishing available throughout the world, and man, there's some epic stuff out there, there's something about Alaska that keeps me coming back for more, and it's going to keep me here forever.
Yeah, I can see him. I think I can probably just sneak right up on him. He's sitting right here by this log right here. Don't want the knots to fail, man. There he is. That's a good fish. Oh!
Taking some time off from the hunt for a 30-inch trophy trout, Dave and Bobby head back to their cabin to get away and float some quiet rivers.
We use the rafts for the streams that you don't usually get powerboats to. It's a super productive way of fishing. Sometimes when you go out hiking, you can only get to so far down the river before you just say, hey, I gotta hike back up. But the raft is kind of easy. You get to see a lot more water in a day than you could if you're hiking around. And you don't have to worry about loud motors or fuel or any of that sort of stuff. It's just you put it at the top, float down all day long, hope you catch a whole bunch of fish in between.
The advantage of having the large raft is, well, Dave rows while I fish part of the time. But also, you know, I find that I can reach holes that I can't hardly reach when we're just walking the riverbank. Getting out there is really deep. If Dave's rowing the raft, he can get me over to some areas that I can't reach otherwise.
It's going to be right here in this little hole right here is where we want.
Slow and steady taking aim, shoot the moon in the night sky. Hands are cold and shaking, pointing out the Milky Way. Does it take long once you're here? Think you're the only ones
Fish on!
Lucky
Big
ones
fish on!
up here.
Oh my!
Long for the ride. My head is clearing.
Right on.
Really decent fish.
Yeah.
Good job.
He just splashed my glasses again. Beautiful fall rainbow.
He's a good solid 21, probably 20, 21.
23.
Good job.
Look at my glasses. I don't know why they get me every time, but they
Flash you?
Yeah. It's because they're so big.
Man, he just turned and ran down
Yeah,
the river
he did.
too.
He took off. I thought he was huge.
It was nice.
Makes me happy. This is a bead box, all different colors for different seasons. Looks green, but it's actually a glow-in-the-dark bead for your night fishing.
Good fish. Here it comes. This one's a male because he got the big crook nose on him.
Look at those dark spots and that red stripe. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful fall rainbow. Those are the hooks we use. Actually has a little barb, but we crimp them. Take the little barb out. You lose more fish that way.
That's fish. Oh, he just came off.
But it's easier on the fish. This will be barbless when I'm done with it. All right, no barb.
There's a fish. That's a good fish.
My head is clearing, stars line. If the end is nearing.
I grew up around rafts, and you know, really for the main purpose, running a raft is pretty simple operation. There are rivers that become a little bit more technical. Watch yourself, Bobby. And tight, and especially with high water or low water can become difficult as well. The more you practice at it, the better you get at it. It's a really peaceful way of fishing.
Gonna take my time. So here we are, filling up.
Normally we're walking the rivers, but when you're in the raft, sometimes it's not as difficult because you'll just kind of toss it out there and you'll be drifting and the boat's kind of doing the work for you. My strategy when I'm fishing from a boat is to try and keep my hook out of the twigs. That's my strategy. And find the pockets of water where the fish are lying. Usually one side's a little deeper and fish are laying in there, but not on the other side. I can't guarantee I'll stay out of the twigs though. It'll catch you by surprise. Sometimes you'll be getting kind of lazy, and next thing you know, a fish jumps on your line and it'll take you by surprise. But it's really fun when you get a boat fish on. Oh, fish on, fish on, fish on, boat fish. That's the boat fishing. Woo. That current makes him feel huge.
Rich as a king, I'd be rich as a king.
Wow, that's a really pretty one.
Yes, I'd be rich as a king.
Look at his cheeks.
Rich as
He's
a
got makeup on. A little bit of blush, a little bit of rouge.
rich as a king. I'm coming.
Beautiful fish.
All right, we're gonna let this baby go. Ooh, he ran right back into the net. He wants to stay with me because I kissed him. Ooh, that's some cold water.
Here's the fish. He's really dark. He's got a blood red stripe down the side of him. He's got such a red stripe, it almost looks like a salmon. But it's not. It's a nice rainbow. That second wind on him. Look at the size of him. He was so dark, and he had that really bright red stripe on him. I thought he was one of the silvers down there for a second.
We have a couple of one-man rafts, the little pontoon boats, and we've had those for several years now, and I think that's how I learned how to raft. You know, they're pretty easy to maneuver. It's kind of the same concept when you're in a big raft. They're easy to maneuver too, unless the water's going really fast, because you got to maneuver it properly, and if the water's going really fast, you can lose a little bit of control. But Dave's usually rowing then, so that's not a problem for me.
Along with the thrills of fall fishing also come the perils. The barren and tangled branches of autumn can add a challenge to the season's anglers in a way that is all too familiar.
Snag.
Ah. It's really a snaggy mess in there.
There's the branch snag, the mystery snag, the maybe if I fake it they won't notice snag.
Fish on.
Nice try. The tree snag, the big tree snag.
There you go. What's that? That's a big tree.
The we snagged each other snag.
Stay up there. Stay up there.
And even the self snag.
But I used those barbless hooks. Buried that hook into about up to the shank of my finger there, but it came out pretty easy because I crimped the barb on it. Irony is, the fish hooked me on that one. Comes into my hole and takes my fish.
A little greasy one.
Just as there is an art to fly fishing, there is also an art in fly tying. While hundreds of flies are available for purchase in every shape and color in every fly shop in the country, there is a deep satisfaction in making your own. Not only is tying your own flies a rite of passage for young fishermen, but it also makes it so seasoned anglers can customize their own flies for precisely the type of fish and river conditions they know they'll be facing.
My favorite flesh fly is the articulating flesh fly. We usually use that on bigger rivers. I usually put a piece of Dacron in the middle or something similar that gives it a movement in the water. I make them with 2 hooks. At the end of the fly, after you get done tying the whole thing, you clip the top hook off. So when you do fish it, you're only fishing it with a single hook on the end. The articulation of the fly gives it more life in the water, and it just looks a little bit more appealing when it comes by a monster trout. Sometimes I like to tie these big flesh flies with a heavy cone head. The cone head does is just kind of gives it that extra weight to kind of get down to where it needs to go faster. Most of the time, just a couple split shots will work on your leader, but sometimes when you really need to dredge the bottom for these guys, throw on a large cone head and it usually helps it get down a lot quicker.
And what better way of celebrating a day of fly tying than a day of trying them out?
When the sun peeks through my window and a new day begins, will I greet each and every sun ray? Another day I can be thankful for each breath I take. All life's just one big bouquet. And there's a sparrow up on the rooftop singing every day, and he's always got a story to tell. Come on now and twist and roll.
Fish! It's a big grayling.
We'll chase our troubles away.
This thing is huge.
Every day is a good morning, oh yeah.
My fly wet. Sinks faster. If it stays dry, it wants to float.
Come on, let's burn one nice and slow, cause we ain't got nowhere to go. So why don't we waste it away? Cause I've got nothing on my mind. I'm just hoping we can find us a cool spot in the shade. See, I woke up feeling good today, and I finally chased my blues away. So what more can I say?
Okay.
Come on,
all right, here we go.
Twist and roll. Grab that lighter, we'll burn one slow. We'll chase our troubles away. Yeah.
That was crazy. It's a nice rainbow too. Look at that fish. Oh, he's in mid-20s, dude. He's a nice fish. I just threw it in there and just let it drift through there a little bit, and he whacked it.
Cause every day is a good morning, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Resuming his hunt for a 30-inch trout, Dave meets friend Mike Guest on the Kenai Peninsula with a plan to fish some new stretches of water.
We got an anchor, we got gas, we got motors, we got life preservers. I'm primarily a fly fisherman, and so I have a couple of different boats in my backyard. As everybody always says, there's no one perfect boat that meets everything. This is a 14-foot NRS cataraft, which I have built up with casting platforms and bars. It's a comfortable boat to fish out of. It's a very maneuverable boat on the water. It takes very little amount of water to float the boat. Just a good all-around fly fishing type boat. Today we're going to go ahead and float down through a canyon and out to a lake, fishing for trout the entire way down, and then motor across the lake from there. As a kid, I started out as a spin fisherman, and this is more about a sport, about getting out here and doing something with more of an artful taste to it. It's from me tying my own flies to the casting process, different types of lines, different types of leaders, and you choose which flies you're using based on your knowledge, your research knowledge, many, many years worth of knowledge of trying to determine what the fish are eating in the river at that time. And to me, that's what fly fishing is all about. I learn something every day. You'll see fly fishermen standing next to each other and showing each other just one little fly. What did you do to build that fly? And what were the techniques that you used? And you know, one year you'll have one fly that just seems to be the best thing on the river, and then the next year you come back and start all over again. When you get into fly fishing, it's like a bug. If you get into it deeply. It's just truly grown to almost that crazy fanatical point. We got this sandbar that's right here, and then there's a drop off right below it, right there. See how she just starts swirling? You're right into it. There are days when that whirlpool hole just gets sucked way down. Nice drip, and big fish. Come on. Tighter, or are you good? Nice. Got a fish. Nice rainbow. No, you can't beat Alaska in the summertime. You have more than just the fish when you're out doing this. You have incredible scenery, you have wildlife that most people don't get to see throughout their lifetime. You just know once you get out here, this day is about being out in the wild and just having a beautiful, fun day. You can just feel your blood pressure drop. You know, you just know that this is what you'll be doing for the rest of your life to always bring you back to center yourself. There's fish. Beautiful colors on them. You see where all this has been burned off? Lightning strikes happen a lot out here. As we were going across the lake, you saw the lightning strike that started that forest fire because it went boom, and it was just amazing at how fast that place just lit up. Well, we just left our last landing before we move into the canyon. So from here on out, we're on our own. Eagle. Yep, there's the baby. He's probably thinking, these guys are crazy going through here right now. Normally, all of this is dry, and you can stand right here and fish off this, but this has just been a very, very strange year. So this is basically the entrance into the canyon right here. So there's a lot of big rocks through this little cut thing that causes all this white water through here. Oh, yep, there he goes. Yep. They're following us just to see if we bite the dust and they can pick some eyeballs out. Hang tough. Woo! It would be kind of nice if the sun wasn't right in the middle of it. I can't see the rocks that we're about to run into. So this little eddy is where I almost sunk the boat right here. Wants to drag you one way hard. So kind of just keep moving to the mouth.
Sunday morning shine.
All right. What do you think about the sandbar?
Saturday still ringing in my ears. Say you don't like that reflection staring back at you. Yeah, nothing seems to change around here. Take a breath. You're wide awake and dreaming. It's got you scared to death. There's nothing to believe, and if there was, I wouldn't take it back. All those things I'd say could never make it last a night next to you.
You say 7:30 is dark? It's 6:30 now. Can't even see my indicator. Should probably start heading. Man, it'll suck if that motor doesn't work all the way, huh?
We had a little bit of motor problems. Had a lot of motor problems. Not running anymore. It's gonna be a long night, Dave. What I was thinking is if the water comes up, it would be kind of nice to have it in there a little bit, huh?
Okay. Sounds like we got a bad water pump on it. It's kind of a bummer because we're a long ways out. We got a long, it's not even a bad hike out to the road. That's easy. We're gonna have to walk 9 miles down the road to get to the car.
I knew I should have had breakfast this morning. Eggs Benedict's gonna pay off right here.
Didn't want anything out of this.
We left the cooler over there because that's what's gonna keep the bears away from our raft. Because the bears are automatically gonna go for the cooler and then leave the raft alone. That's our plan.
Just another pale moon in the troubled sky. Oh, just another pale moon. Pale moon in the troubled sky. Why do you look down on me?
This is the berm where I was telling you about where the lightning struck hit and burned off basically this whole side of the lake. So it's been kind of burned out and growing like this for quite a while. It hasn't been able to come back, and I'm not sure why.
We need to bring only essentials out because that's all we had to carry for the next 9 miles. So we got the fly rod, the fly pack, and an energy drink.
Hidden Creek Trail, 2.6 miles, and only 9 more to go. On the road though. We won't be tripping over stumps the whole way out.
I know, right now I'm counting the steps. We got a long ways to go. And maybe we'll get lucky and if somebody's heading that way to start off with, they can at least maybe drop us off up there.
Yeah.
We're at mile 6.5 of, we got probably about another 3 miles left to go.
A day in Alaska fishing gone awry.
Oh, we've been hiking for about 4 hours. We left the lights on.
How sore are you? We made it back. We're in one piece and it was an adventure. Something none of us will ever forget, right? Welcome aboard, boys. Welcome aboard.
Would you hear us tonight?
Okay, so we're heading up to the log jam here. We're going back up to this hole where this fish has been basically kicking our tail. He's broke us off once, threw the hook the second time, and there was a good sized fish in there. So this is hopefully lucky number 3, and we'll get him to the net. Oh, man. There's a fish. Day 3. It's a nice fish.
In his search for monster trout, Dave scouts the frigid streams for salmon, an indication that trout are nearby.
When the water turns to ice, when the sunshine loses spice, well, I'll walk outside and give a cry to greet the morning snow and dance around till...
After checking the salmon, Dave heads off to his usual boat launch, only to find a surprise when he gets there.
In the nights get a bit cold, well, the birds will sing a song for spring and fly down south where they go.
Even with time running out on a chance to catch a 30-inch trout, there is little choice but to call it a night and make new plans for the morning.
Place is on full, number 404.
We're gonna need to probably try to heat the motor up for a little bit, just because all the water it's gonna be frozen in the water pump. Let it sit on preheat for a couple hours, and it's a lot easier on the engine.
Mix it on cold, backing out of everything. Where I stay selfish, there's still plenty of room. Dig a hole and line the coffin, a cozy place to hide underneath the grass. In this century bright light.
What a change in a couple of weeks, huh?
Yeah, like about 30 degrees.
Temperature change, and I didn't expect ice to come up so fast. Some of these lakes on the way in were froze. So what the hell did you guys drive down last night for if you weren't going fishing?
Well, we were planning on going fishing. It was frozen over. 3 inches of ice, easy.
About everything, the clouds seem to display it all. Dig a hole, line the coffin, a cozy place to hide underneath the grass. In this century bright light, take me home. In the century, bright light will take me. In this century, bright light will take me. In this century, bright light will take me.
There's fish. Good fish. Oh yeah, it's a nice rainbow. Whoa! Nice. And get out of here. So, good fish. I
I'm getting that familiar frozen line curl.
Traveling, take a spin.
There's fish. Oh, that's nice, Rainbow. My reel's froze up too. Everything's froze up. Here comes the fun part.
Yep, that'll make your hands cold.
Oh yeah, he's a nice fish actually. Oh. Long and skinny. I got a disaster. My reel, everything is all froze up. Circulation. See how lethargic that fish was though, that water? It was just bleh.
Traveling, traveling, traveling.
Got ice builds up in the motor. Got a ton of water back here. Try to get that out of there. It's gonna freeze for sure.
Whoop. He's a little guy, but he's jumping crazy. He's got nice color.
Oh, we got time for another one. The big one. It's usually what we usually get them at the end of the day.
Got one?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Nice fish.
Yep, that is a big fish.
That's a big fish. That's our 30-incher right there. That is a 30-incher right there. Woo, he's heavy.
It's going straight out. Huh?
I know. He's got some weight to him. Oh, no. Oh, man. Okay. Got him. Got him. Dude, I was thinking about starting the motor and kind of catch up to him a little bit, man, because he just kept pulling
Well, the way
me.
that he came on, I wasn't even sure you had a fish or if it was just getting kind of wrapped around the boat because you were kind of twisted sideways.
The base of his tail was that thick, dude.
Well, I saw him come out of the water. He's a decent sized fish. Probably the biggest fish I've seen all season.
Stop it.
We're just gonna let him go. He really wants to see that fish anyhow, I guess.
You, so just come back. So did you buy someone else's
That's a good fish.
promise?
Did you see that line start running?
Did somebody leave you out in the cold? Ain't it cold? Or did your fork in the road turn out to be?
He looks to be about 27, 28.
Too tough to travel alone. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Oh! You gotta kidding. Oh, Michael. Frickin' moron.
In love with you, just come back. Baby, just come back.
Snowing out, so it's time to put the jet boat up for the winter.
As the snow falls and autumn ends, so does the opportunity for our friends to catch the 30-inch magnum trout they'd hoped for. But in the end, the memories of the journey and the good times far outweigh the need to land a trophy fish. Besides, Mother Nature has spoken, and it's time to hang up the fishing rods, at least for now. Who am I kidding?
We're going to drag this 400-pound raft across 1.5 miles, 1.5 foot thick ice, and hope that we don't fall through it, because we're diehard fishermen. Either that or just crazy.
We're insane. I don't know what we're doing. Look at this. This is crazy.
You didn't call it, I was. I think we've got about 1,600 meters.
I love it. Not at work. The fishing's gonna be great. You ready, Dave? Yep. That looks like open water right there.
I think we're in the danger zone.
It's only like 5 feet deep.
Yeah, once you get under the ice. Watch where you're walking.
Do you see how deep it is?
It's about to go.
Give him a hand, Mike.
Good check.
Yep.
Woo! Right when Dave just give it a hand, I go right here.
Thanks, that helped.
You
Yeah. Boy, you go down a lot faster than you think. No touching bottom though. What's funny is the phone's ringing. Right now. Almost done.
The conditions are brutal, with winds that chill the body to its core and make lighting a heating source an impossibility. And though they catch a number of nice fish, the crew is still missing their 30-inch trout by the time they call it a night. After a day like today, it's always nice to rest, relax, and of course dry your socks before starting off again the next morning. The day is slow and the water a dead calm until...
Nope, big bow, dude. We're gonna go on the shore. I'm just gonna grab the net and run up there.
Yeah, that is a big thing.
Look at that tank, dude. Someone say 30-inch fish?
Yeah, you just nailed it, bud.
That is big fish.
You're in shape? Between 31 and 32.
Dude, look how big his tail is. I can barely hold on to it.
Good boy. Just watching Dave or any of our other friends that get a hold of a really big fish, it's like watching a 5-year-old fishing for the first time. They get that look on their face and you know this is a point that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives.
Fish long enough and you will eventually get asked the question, why? We answer the water's call because of the places it takes us. because of the people it surrounds us with. Because it reminds us of what it means to be alive. And like ripples, these moments come to life and broaden and eventually fade. But the waters remain, calling.
Faster than you want, leaves like shadows that will hunt. But today's a brand new day, oh, oh, and the sun is shining free. You never thought you could be, oh, oh, so happy without a dream. But today's a brand new day, oh, oh, and the sun is shining free. You never thought you could be, oh, oh, so happy without a dream. And the things I think I really need, wouldn't you agree? Slip between the seats when you're rolling down the street. And the things I think I really need, wouldn't you agree? Slip between the seats when you're rolling down the street. This is tragedy. So hold me down, and I'll get up again once more. Hold me down, and you see the answer you were looking for. And today's a brand new day, oh, oh, and the sun is shining free. You never thought you could be, oh no, so happy without a dream. And today's a brand new day.
This winter I think I'll probably tie lots of flies, and the next summer I'm going to catch a bunch of fish on them.